Attention passionate Atlanta, Falcons fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC South and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Atlanta Falcons' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Atlanta Falcons fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Atlanta, FALCONS FANS. Let's get to the news now, folks. The NFL landscape is always shifting, and this time it's no different. We've seen some seismic moves lately, and one of the most intriguing involves the Atlanta Falcons and the Tennessee Titans. It's a trade that's causing quite a stir, especially among fans of the Falcons, because it's not just about acquiring a talented receiver. It's about redefining the team's offensive identity and setting the stage for a serious playoff push. And it all started with some insiders hinting at a nostalgic return, a bit of a blast from the past, with Calvin Ridley heading back to Atlanta. That's right, after a stint with the Titans, Ridley is back in the Falcons' fold, and this move is already being touted as a game-changer for the NFC South. Let's break down what's happening here. The Titans, currently sitting at a 1-4 record, are clearly in a rebuild mode, tanking for a better draft position and trying to set themselves up for future success. They're also facing some significant issues on the offensive line, allowing 31 sacks so far this season. That's 29th in the NFL, folks. It's no secret that the Titans have struggled offensively, especially with quarterback Will Levis still finding his footing. Levis, despite flashes of talent, has a PFF grade around 71, showing that he's still developing, and the team's offensive line woes aren't helping. So it makes sense for Tennessee to focus on their rebuilding process, especially by trading away some of their assets, including Ridley, a proven playmaker. Now, Calvin Ridley's story is pretty remarkable. Drafted out of Alabama in 2018, Ridley has been a player to watch, especially in 2024 when he's been dominant. Last season, he racked up over 1,000 yards receiving, specifically 16 yards, placing him among the top 15 wide receivers in the league. That's no small feat. He caught 76 passes and scored 8 touchdowns, averaging an impressive 13.4 yards per reception. And what really stands out is his efficiency. An EPA per target of plus 0.18, which puts him among elite receivers in the league. His PFF grade for 2024 is 84.2, ranking him around the 15th spot among wideouts, and he's also been exceptional in YAC, with an average of 5.9 yards per catch, putting him in the top 10 for that category. Not to mention, he's excellent at contested catches, around 50%, which lands him in the top 15. These stats show that Ridley is not just a deep threat, but a reliable target who can make plays all over the field. And then, as if that wasn't enough, he's been trending upward. In 2025, he's maintained solid production with 24 receptions, 310 yards, and 2 touchdowns. His separation ability remains impressive, with an average of 2.7 yards at the point of catch, top 18 in the league, indicating he's consistently open and creating space for his quarterback. Speaking of which, Kirk Cousins, now leading the Falcons' offense, is expected to benefit greatly from Ridley's arrival. The projections are optimistic, estimating around 0 yards and 7 touchdowns for Ridley, which would significantly boost the Falcons' passing game. Currently, the Falcons' passing yards per game sit at about 220, ranking 22nd in the NFL, but with Ridley in the mix, that number could jump to 260 yards per game, an increase of roughly 16%. That kind of boost could elevate Atlanta's passing attack into the top 10, especially if they continue to support it with a more efficient offense overall, reducing turnovers by around 10%, and supporting the run game with Alvin Kamara, who's already shown early signs of being a 400-yard rusher. But let's not forget the bigger picture here. The Falcons are sitting at 4-2, which is a strong position in the NFC South, a division that's been somewhat unpredictable this season. With the addition of Ridley, they're not just adding a player, they're adding a dynamic that could make their offense much more explosive, and the numbers back this up. The projections show that the Falcons could improve their offensive ranking from 20th to a top 10 unit in passing. That's a huge leap, especially considering the impact Ridley can have on the slot and outside routes. His route win rate is projected to increase by about 19 yards per route, and his slot win rate could jump by 18%. That means he's going to be open more often, and Kirk Cousins will have more trust in him to make those big plays. And when you combine Ridley's ability to stretch the field with Drake London's emerging talent and Kyle Pitts' early contributions, the Falcons' offense is shaping up to be one of the most potent in the league. Now, some fans might be wondering about the impact on the Titans. They're currently considered underdogs, with odds of plus 120,000 to win the AFC South. Their focus is clearly on developing youth, especially in their secondary, which has struggled this season. Trading Ridley makes sense from a strategic point of view. They're not competing right now, and they're looking for assets that can help them rebuild. But there's a risk involved. The offensive production might decline by about 10% EPA per pass, similar to what we saw with the Jaguars after trading away some key players. Their offense is currently ranked 28th in yards per game, just 310, and that's not exactly what you want when you're trying to tank for a better draft pick, but it shows how much they're willing to sacrifice this season for future gains. For the Falcons, though, this move is a statement. It's about positioning themselves as serious contenders, especially in a division that's wide open. The addition of Ridley could even have ripple effects in the playoffs, turning him into a true X factor. His YAC and red zone efficiency against man coverage could boost their scoring in tight situations, especially in the red zone, where he's expected to have a plus 20% improvement versus man coverage, which is a notable advantage, especially against teams like the Bucs or the Panthers. The odds for the Falcons to win the Super Bowl have already shifted from plus 5,000 to plus 2,500, signaling that this move is being viewed as a step towards serious contention. The NFC South, once considered a weak division, now has the Falcons as favorites with plus 200 odds, and that's a testament to how much faith there is in this roster's potential. In essence, this isn't just a trade for a receiver. It's a strategic pivot that could elevate the Falcons from a good team to genuine Super Bowl contenders. Ridley, in his red jersey again, symbolizes a new era, one where Kirk Cousins and the Falcons' offense can finally reach their full potential. It's a move that signifies a shift in the NFL landscape, and for the Falcons, it's a bold step toward reclaiming their place among the league's elite. The combination of Ridley's elite route running, his proven ability to make contested catches, and the Falcons' growing offensive chemistry suggests we should be excited about what's coming next. This is a team that's been building steadily, and now with Ridley back in Atlanta, they're not just aiming for a playoff spot. They're eyeing the Super Bowl, and they've got a real shot at making history. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Atlanta Falcons news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick, and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Atlanta Falcons fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this move? Do you believe Ridley's return will be the spark that finally pushes the Falcons over the top? Or do you think there are still some concerns that need to be addressed? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Falcons. Remember, this isn't just about one player. It's about a team that's dreaming big, that's aiming for that elusive Super Bowl title. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, more insights, and all the latest Atlanta Falcons news. So stay tuned, stay passionate, and let's keep this conversation going. Thanks for being with us, and as always, go Falcons!